Hello. It is currently 5:26 on a Friday or Saturday. No, wait. No, Friday. God. And I just want to let you all know that I am currently not monetized on YouTube once again. For some reason, Google AdSense doesn't give me the option to verify my identity despite the fact that it wants me to verify my identity, and it's getting really annoying at this point. I've watched multiple videos, read multiple Reddit threads, I've even tried talking to Google themselves, but they keep hanging up on me every time I bring up the issue. From what I've researched, I think AdSense wants me to reach a $10 threshold before it gives me the option to verify my identity, but I never get that option because AdSense only puts the money in the accounts on a specific day of every month. So I'm asking you guys for help. Please, 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 if you know anything that could help me, please help me with this issue. I am begging at this point. I'm losing out on money that could really help me improve the quality of my videos, and Google has done fuck all to help me, so please, please, I'm begging. I'm fucking desperate. Just let me know in the comments below, or you can contact me on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter. Just any way you can, please help me. Alright. With that out of the way, let's talk about the actual episode at hand. So, to say that I and everyone else in the community was hyped for Simone versus Kyle is one hell of an understatement. This episode is probably the most hyped episode of 2025 for me at this moment in time. And unless the team announces something like Henry versus the Second Coming or MK versus Lloyd Garmadon, I doubt that'll change anytime soon. Now, I have heard that originally this matchup started out as a spite matchup after the Ben Hal debacle of 2019, and trust me, this is not the last time I'll bring Ben versus Hal up in this video. But I'm not sure if that is 100% true. Regardless if it is or isn't, people were excited at the prospect of a DC character losing to a non-Marvel character. And did it deliver? Well, let's find out. Starting off with the analyses, they are great. I love how they follow the same general format of mentioning a super cool dude who did super cool things, and then bring up our main characters as just regular Joe Schmoes who aren't too spectacular, only to gas them up and talk about how awesome they are. It's really good stuff all around. Not only that, but they go really in-depth with these analyses. Mostly because this is the first time they talk about dimensional tiering, and just by saying that, I'm pretty sure every Diversus debater in existence is either groaning or had a dimensional tiering accident in their pants. In all seriousness, I think they tackled this subject very well for beginners. This episode is a great introduction to dimensional tiering as a whole, in my opinion. Outside of the power scaling stuff, I think both analyses had a really good mix of their stories and abilities. If I had to give one piece of criticism, however, Kyle's analysis suffers the same problems as Archie Sonic's, where the hosts start the analysis by talking about how weird and OP the characters are. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw Kyle's preview, I legit said to myself, yeah, okay, Simone's gonna win. But unlike Archie Sonic's analysis, Kyle's analysis kept upping the ante to the point where I legit didn't know who was going to take it until I watched the fight. So, overall, both these analyses are great. Also, yes, the SpongeBob joke was funny, and that's all I'm saying about it. Oh, and the editing? The editing is so friggin' clean. Like, I could legitimately kiss DJ with how much he spoils us with his goated editing skills. I wish I had a girlfriend who looked this good, so I could dub her because this editing looks so much better than her. It's that good! Anyway, moving on to the fight. Oh my god, it is heavenly. It's bliss. It's the cold side of your pillow at night. It's that good. So I really like how this fight starts. Simone is busy shaking off some rust with Gurren Lagann, even though there's not any rust there. And Kyle is sent to stop him because his ring detects that he's in possession of a Class A galactic superweapon. Huh. Now, where does that sound familiar? Anyway, yeah, this fight is kick-ass. I really like how Kyle gets to flex his creativity here. Like, his first construct is just a big hand that catches Gurren Lagann's sunglasses boomerang, But the addition of the onomatopoeia being the same color as the hand that makes it looks like Kyle created it as well as the hand, which I know isn't true based on later in the fight, but the idea that he's so nerdy that he creates his own sound effects is hilariously in character. Plus, I really like the added comic book texture over them. I think it looks great. Speaking of looking great, Gurren Lagann just looks amazing. It's so mesmerizing to just watch in motion. I really like it. But yeah, while the fight on Earth is really cool, the fighting space is just so much cooler. I love Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann stepping in Loser only for Kyle to create a giant construct of Superman to fight it. It's awesome. Side note, I was a little disappointed that Kyle didn't create his own version of Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, but then I realized that he didn't just create a giant version of Superman, he created the Thought Robot, who is just big robot Superman. And I was immediately on board with that choice. I also like how Kyle creates a Blue Lantern Wonder Woman shield construct, since Blue Lanterns primarily create constructs for defensive purposes. That detail is as cute as my dog. And all of that is cool. It's awesome. But the second half of the fight is just way more fun than that. Like, Simone does the "I have the greatest wife in the universe" swing, which sends Kyle to the source wall, to which Simone proclaims that a wall is a wall and a drill breaks through walls. It's just, oh my god. The transformation into Super Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann is so fucking cool as hell. As is Kyle creating a White Lantern drill construct and fusing it with a bunch of other drill constructs of every other emotion. Oh, and the sound design for this scene. It's so good. The drills feel like they're spinning at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's so satisfying to listen to. And then the ending, I'm so happy that the ending was a callback to the second Gurren Lagann movie. And it's here where I have to talk about my problems with the animation. It goes by way too fast. Like, don't get me wrong, this isn't bad at all. The furthest thing from, in fact. But there are no moments where we get to breathe and take it all in. Let me explain what I mean by this. In Gurren Lagann, when Simone transforms the mech into its Tengen Toppa form, he announces it like Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Meanwhile, in the death battle, he says it like Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. That small pause there makes all the difference, and it's lacking in the death battle. But the most egregious part of this is definitely the Giga Drill break scene. In the anime, they really emphasize how impactful this attack is. When Simone announces it, he announces it like Giga Drill Break! Oh, forgive the voice crack there. It takes long enough for Simone to prep the attack and use it before he finishes announcing the attack. In the death battle, he says, Giga Drill Break! And he's already finished announcing the attack before he's even begun prepping it. You see what I mean? I don't want them to rush through the animation. I want to spend time with it. I want to appreciate it for as long as possible. Another criticism I have is the ending, or more accurately, the build-up to the killing blow. Because the actual ending is friggin' amazing. Kyle realizes that Simone was the super weapon all along. Him and Simone throw hands while Kyle recites the Green Lantern Oath, ending with one final epic drill clash that doesn't last long enough in my opinion, as Simone punches through Kyle's arm, winning the episode. Yeah, so here's how I would personally improve this. So keep everything the same, because I really like this. But instead of Simone yelling, "Let's see you grit those teeth," to Kyle while he's punching through his arm, put that line during their drill clash. Now, instead of Simone basically telling someone he's killing to push past their limits, he's now telling someone he's actively struggling against to push even harder. That just makes this moment a lot less weird for me. But overall, I fucking love this ending. And, okay, you can call me delusional all you want. I most likely am. But the idea of Kyle using his Green Lantern ring in his final duel with Simone was the exact premise I used in my drawing for this matchup. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who did this. Do I think the Death Battle team took inspiration from my drawing? Most likely not, but if they did, man, that's an honor bigger than a plank length that's been stretched a billion times over. Which is just a centimeter. Okay, it's a lot bigger than that, but you get what I mean. The voice acting is also just really good. Both Kieran Reagan and Brandon Acosta did incredible jobs with Simone and Kyle, respectively. The only problem I have with their performances, mainly on Simone's side, is the direction of certain lines, and that's it. Outside of that, I really like the voices. I think they sound very great. I love them. But let's be real, man. The track, Spiral of Emotion, the best way I could describe it is if Will of the Drill and Emerald Heroes had a baby, and that baby was a graduate at Harvard who could bench press a hippopotamus with its pinky finger. Spiral of Emotion is the track she told you not to worry about. It's that good. It is basically if Will of the Drill was juiced up on spiral energy. I adore it. I find it so much better than Will of the Drill. It's much easier on my ears. I just want to gush about it, really, but I've got to wrap this up, so I'm going to do that. So, overall, how would I rank this episode? Editing is going to get a 25 out of 25. Need I say more? It's basically a requirement at this point for Death Battle episodes to have peak editing. Writing is going to get a 23 out of 25. Outside of a few minor issues, both characters were really well written, and both pairs of analyses were really good as well. Animation is going to get a 24 out of 25. It's so entertaining. I love it. I love it to pieces. I watch it. I've watched it like a billion times since it came out. It's just amazing. I remember I saw someone comment on one of my posts on Twitter saying Kyle looked really off model in this episode, and while yes, I definitely agree. Like sometimes he does have a weird case of skinny arms. It's not enough for me to say that the animation is like terrible or like not even subpar. It's amazing. And analyses are going to get a 24 out of 25. I think they cover their bases really well this episode. I have seen a lot of people say, like confused about like DC's multiverse having infinite dimensions, but then saying that it only has 12.3 dimensions. Which, like, yeah, I do think that they should have just said, oh yeah, 12.3 is, like, just a standard. I mean, even at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter much, but that's something that really shouldn't have been relegated to the black boxes, in my opinion. But overall, this episode is going to end up with a 96 out of 100, a phenomenal score for an even more phenomenal episode. But what did you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that like button as well as the subscribe button, and ring the bell if you want to see any more of my videos. Follow me on my socials in the description, and check out our reaction on the Caraboys channel, also in the description below. If you have anything about, like, any information about how AdSense works and how you could potentially help me, please let me know either on Twitter or in the comments of this video. I really am looking for help. But with all that in mind, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Behold the power of the Source Wall. No! How did you destroy the Source Wall? The wall is still a wall, and a drill breaks through walls. My agenda will pierce the heavens. Giga Drill, break! That's so cool!